True story. I tried to go down to the gym today where I have a free sauna as part of my gym membership, and there's no booking system. You just kind of show up and jump in. Now, I walked down at about 4 o'clock thinking that's prime time to be able to get a session done in the sauna. However, I got there and I waited for 35 minutes and no one was moving. So I ended up walking home. Now, the reason I went to the sauna is that I went for a run this morning and I've been a little bit sore and stiff throughout the day, and I thought, well, the sauna should help with my recovery. However, I then sat on a chair for 35 minutes waiting to get into the sauna, which didn't help my back. So instead, I'm going to take you through a foam roller routine with myself, because I'm going to do it because I'm a little bit sore and a bit stiff and I want to prioritize my recovery. Now, prioritizing recovery as a hypermobile person is incredibly important because this is a time to help promote tissue healing and repair and help move on any inflammation that's been hanging around throughout the day. And I'm going to use my foam roller to encourage that. And the foam roller, what we're going to do today with it is focus on mobilizing the thoracic spine using the roller, as well as doing some myofascial release through some of the tissues. Now, I use the term release really lightly here. We are talking hypermobility. We're not going to be doing any deep tissue release. We're going to be focusing on the myofascial connection. That's the fascia that sits around the muscle tissue and helps connect everything. That's how our entire bodies are connected through this fascia network. And so using the foam roller, we're going to kind of mobilize that fascia to create more of a fluid flow, fluid return, and a bit of a gentle massage for those muscles. So let's get into it. All right, the first thing we're going to start with is some thoracic foam rolling. So we get our foam roller. I have got kind of the mid part of my spine on the roller. My hands are going to go behind my head and I'm going to lift up my butt and I'm going to roll the roller up my spine. And what this is going to, you might hear a few like clicks and cracks. That's okay. They're just little joint cavitations, and what's probably happening there is just a little bit of movement of the joints, which is kind of a good thing. And we're just going to, through a few clicks and pops for me. Just going to focus on rolling through the thoracic spine all the way. Now, if it's too intense with your hips off the ground, especially if you've got quite sensitive ribs, just keep your hips on the ground and just kind of extend the top part of your body over the roller. And again, only going as far as you feel comfortable. Just because you can doesn't mean you have to. Just because you can go to a further end range doesn't mean you have to go there, especially if it's going to cause you any discomfort through your back, especially your lower back. Focusing on mobilizing through here. All right. Then we're going to roll the roller, tucked into my shirt, roll the roller down towards your glutes. We're now going to sit on the roller. We're going to place our hands behind our backs like so. Try not to lock your elbows out like I nearly did there. Maybe keeping the hands facing forward, that should help keep your elbows in a bit more extension. And from here we're going to roll through the glutes. Now we're going to tuck that pelvis under, really roll through the base of the sacrum, the glute max muscles, and just get them moving, get some blood flow. Might start feeling a little bit warm, that's okay, that's just blood moving around. Then what you can do is you can lean across to one side and we start focusing on one glute in particular. This can be really good if you have a job where you have to sit all day and your hips are a little bit sore and stiff at the end of the day. It's a really nice one just to get some blood flow. And we'll go to the other hip. But if you do find that this tends to hurt your wrists, just take a break in between. Just take some time off the wrists, because it can be quite a lot of pressure for the wrists, especially, it's not your full body weight, but it's still some of your body weight through them. All right, we're gonna roll down now to the hamstring muscles. Now the hamstring muscles are behind the thighs here. And again, we're going to lift ourselves up and roll. And again, if this is too much for your arms, you can try from your elbow position as well. That works pretty good. Find a position that's going to work for your body. Okay, we're going to roll onto the quads now. Now these, for me, are what are giving me the most grief today. So I'm going to be very gentle, but to roll the quads, roll over. Now again, you can be on your hands if you are comfortable, or you can drop down to your elbows, which I think I might do today. And we're just going to have the roller is on my quads. I'm just going to move my body up and down. Now as I'm drawing my body upward, I'm thinking about squeezing through my armpit to help me do that. Because if we roll the shoulders up, we end up loading up the upper traps, and that kind of defeats the purpose of this little recovery session. So I want to really focus on bringing your body up by squeezing through the armpit here. So I'm going to squeeze through the armpit, bring my body up, bring my elbows closer to my side, you might even say. If you're finding that your lower back is sinking in here and you're getting a little bit of discomfort through the lower back, just think about lifting that up a little bit. It should help engage your core just a little as well. Okay, so being in control of how you move your body is really important when we are doing anything that is supposed to be promoting recovery. Trying to restore control. Whew, they are tight. I still think the sauna might have been a nicer option, but we should get a good result doing this. Okay. Oh, made a bit of a mess of my mat there. Final thing we're going to do is a little chest stretch. Now this may not be the right kind of exercise for everyone, but I particularly really like this because I tend to get quite a lot of tension through the front of my chest, a bit of costochondritis type pain through the front of my ribs, and I find that this opens that up quite a bit and it feels quite nice. For some people, you might not feel anything because if you are quite bendy and quite stretchy, you won't really feel anything doing this one. But for others, it might be really good. So you can give it a try and work out if it's the right thing for you. This is going to lie along the length of the roller. Now you need a long roller for this because you need your head to rest on the roller and your tailbone resting on the roller as well. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my arms up. I'm going to bring them into like cactus position, so bending the elbows, and then I'm going to let my arms fall towards the floor. And I'm just going to breathe here. So I'm going to take in 3 big breaths. And what happened in my experience as I did that was my elbows got closer and closer to the floor as my body started to relax a little bit more. So this is a really nice one to do at the end and just focus on your breath. Focus on those lower ribs and trying to get the lower ribs to move as you breathe. When you breathe, you want to think of your lower ribs as being like an accordion, like you're trying to stretch them out in all directions. All right. And we're done. Not sure that was better than going to the sauna like I had intended. However, it was still something. It was still something I could do for my body to help my body recover and to help myself feel a little bit better. So if you like this, please subscribe to my channel. You can also find me on Instagram at doc_Ashton. But also, let me know what you think in the comments. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, let me know. But I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad that you followed through to do a little bit of something for your body today. I'll see you next time.